Hey everybody, I hope that y'all are having a great day. I am back. I know it's been a while since I've done another video. I'm gonna put out several videos and I'm gonna start back putting them out. You know, we all need encouragement. So on this particular video, I want to talk about something I went through. Um, a few months ago, February of this year, my grandmother went to be with Jesus. One of my grandmas, her name was Grandma Ruth. She was amazing. She was awesome. And it has been a rough loss. And, you know, it just happened so fast. And so she passed away, I believe, February 11th this year. So I know I said I was going to start putting videos out, but her passing just caught us by surprise, and it's just been rough. And so the things that I took from her death was, number one, to enjoy your life, and I enjoyed her when she was here. So I knew me and her, we had a great relationship, and nothing can take that away. So I had peace concerning our relationship, and where she went to be with Jesus. But it has been rough. It has been a time of just, it's just been crazy. And so for anybody that's going through something, God has you. And one thing I know is God is faithful through it all. And that was like a major hit in the gut, to lose my grandmother, and I just thought she was gonna live for a long time. I know that none of us is gonna live forever, but I really did think she was gonna live a long time. So it really put in perspective that you just never know, and you gotta love hard and love even the more. And I just remember going to her house every Sunday afternoon after church and just taking her a Coke or Pepsi, and I would get my chips, and we would watch Tyler Perry movies, and we would just talk about the past, and how I was a crybaby. And she was just the epitome of awesome, great class, and I am just gonna forever miss her, but I will meet her again in paradise. And so when you lose a loved one, it is a hit in the gut, because we do want our loved ones to be with us forever, and they will be when we all get in paradise. But in this world, once sin was unleashed, death and all the craziness was unleashed. So we just have to stay prayed up. We have to know that God is going to carry us through it all, because you're going to go through things in this life. And with death comes life, and with life comes death. So you just have to try to have optimism, even in the worst of the worst times. And you may say, well, how can you find something positive in such a bad situation, whether it's a tragic situation, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job? I've lost 2 jobs before, and how you find joy in those, even in those situations, is the situation itself is not joyful. It's painful. I get that. But you find joy in knowing that it won't rain forever, and that God is going to give you the strength to keep going on. You find joy in the time that you had with that job, in the time that you had with that loved one, or whatever you have lost. You find joy in that season, and that will help you to keep going on. Doesn't mean that you're not going to struggle. It's just like when you have a lot of grocery in your hands, and you're trying to get in, and you're trying to make it, and you're like, I'm going to make it with all these groceries in my hand. It's just like that. So keep your head up. God has you, and you may drop some groceries sometimes. I'm just speaking. So I just hope that y'all have a good one, and I'm gonna keep on pushing and keep going, because when you start hitting your highs in life, sometimes low points come, and it's only to keep you humble. So just keep your head up and just keep pushing, and just fight the good fight against the enemy, because he's gonna lose in the end. So I'm back, y'all, and I'm gonna be all right. And so I'm going to put some more videos up. And I am Mr. Awesome Anthony. And I'm going to keep pushing, because hard times really reveal who your friends are, your real friends. And it really reveals who you truly are on the inside. It reveals the heart. And so, you know, some things I had to check about myself in this time. And one of the things is I neglected myself a lot in the past when I would go through things. And you neglect yourself when you go through hard times by acting like nothing. I ain't gonna say that you act like nothing happened, but you sometimes we do that when we're trying not to deal with the pain of a situation. We don't want to deal with it we just don't want to deal with it. So we just try to, you know, not really act like it ain't there. Sometimes we do, but you just, you try to numb yourself or something, and you just try to stay busy, and that's okay, but you have to grieve properly. That's the only way that you will be able to get through the rest of your life. When you don't grieve properly, you can become bitter. You can become a whole nother person. And when you do grieve properly, you can become a way better person. And like I said, when death happens, it brings change. You know, it's a new normal. You just like, how do I live without this person? And another thing I realized is just looking at what they had to go through when they lost loved ones that were major and important to them, you know. And her strength was amazing. She had lost her baby boy years ago on a motorcycle. My Uncle Byron and I'll talk about him, because his death anniversary is coming up. And he was super duper awesome. And she, you know, lost her mom and some siblings while she was living. And that lady still persevered. Grandma Ruth, Henrietta Johnson, she was amazing. She was, if you didn't never know her, you missed out. I love that lady. And she still lives within all of me and my family's hearts, and the many others that she touched. She was the lady, my mom and them said that she would feed the whole, you know, all the people in the projects that they lived in. And she would feed you, and she would put clothes on your back if you didn't have any. She was gonna be there for you. She had my back. She comforted me when I was sad, and she would tell me to keep pushing. So this is for my Grandma Ruth. Rest in heaven, Grandma Ruth. We love you, and love your family members while they are here. You just never know. And I'm praying for everybody that is going through something, because I feel like we're all going through something. But know that God is faithful. He is able, and He is able. And when we're weak, He makes us strong. So y'all have a blessed one. God bless. And you're super duper awesome, man. Super duper significant.